Now you're really going to get it done tomorrow, aren't you? That's for you, man.
What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. So this is going to be mostly an update video that's going to focus on why I've been having so much trouble with the Palmetto this year. Look at the Floratam, just a beaut. As Matt from Obsessed Garage would say about the Zoysia, dialed. Speaking of Matt, he was actually finally back in town, able to give an update after I did that one app for him on the day before the Fert ban. So it's been exactly 2 months now since I applied. Here's what his lawn looked like before, and if you go watch his video, and I'll give you a clip here, you'll see what the lawn looks like after 2 months, just one app flagship. Now we're in the middle of Fert bans right now, so I won't be doing anything else for another little while here, but kind of shows what you can do with just one good app. Nitrogen drives that bus.
Here comes chaos.
What's frustrating is the Zoysia just doesn't have a dominant look over my neighbor's untreated St. Augustine grass here. But I actually recently started cutting this, doing a little experiment over here. That's why I'm not going too far that way. But you can see Zoysia looking great. I do still have the invading St. Augustine. I have not been diligent with spraying. I don't like spraying weeds. Oh, look at those roots, John Perry. Oh no, those are not roots. That's sloughing. How dare you confuse roots with sloughing, you savage. Anyway, people think I like to spray weeds, but I don't. I hate the chems, man. I'm not like a chemical guy. I'm not the chemical nut, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I need to be more diligent, but that right there, that St. Augustine, just keeps coming in there. But other than that, look at this. We're in seed head, pretty prolific right now. Needs to be cut. Was cut 3 days ago. And that's the one thing I have been keeping up with the mowing diligently every 2 to 3 days on this, really every 3 days. And it's paying off because I'm keeping it at that lower 2.5 inch mark where I want to be, and it's thriving. It's just great. Empire Zoysia, the key is 2.5 inches, very frequent mowing. Now, I mentioned my Fert ban, just so you guys know, I can't use nitrogen or phosphorus. I don't need phosphorus. Can't use nitrogen or phosphorus anytime here during the summer. I'll link below to information about that if you want to know about why we have Fert bans. But one thing that's interesting though is you can see this area right here is a little bit darker green than everything else. That is because this is the ProVista St. Augustine grass silverbiter, and it's actually bred to be a slower grower, and that slower growth, that built-in growth regulation, makes the chlorophyll tighter, which makes this grass a deeper, darker blue or green color. And I have it planted right here next to Palmetto, and you can see there's a pretty big difference in the color. I actually did a podcast with one of the team members that worked on this, and she actually released a study on the Kentucky Bluegrass version of this too. So I'll link below to that podcast. It's a really interesting interview. I think you'll like it. Look at the Floratam. Now again, I'll tell you what I'm using here, but it's actually the same thing that I'm using over there. So we'll talk, it's not what this video isn't about what I'm using. This video is about just showing how Floratam is thriving in this hot, humid weather. So I'm not sure if a lot of you all know, but here in Florida, it's our rainy season right now. So we're getting rain literally like every afternoon. So water is not an issue here, and that's why I like this time of year. It's kind of fun to see how your lawn responds when you don't have to do any watering and you can just take care of some of the other stuff. All right, so the Palmetto, I'm pretty sure this camera will show it. Can you see how much darker that is than this? Same exact treatments. The Palmetto has just struggled. I had told you guys I was not gonna treat for disease this year, and so you can see all this brown, it's all in through here, but it's here every single season. All in through here. Look at this. This is Rhizoctonia brown patch. Look at that. And remember, I told you this is not a water issue. There is plenty of water here. This is all looking dried out from this just because it's just suffering. But the disease is all concentrated through here. It always is. It always has been. Sometimes you'll see it move up in here a little bit, but that is just one of those things. But it's interesting. Like I said, it's only in the Palmetto. It doesn't affect the Floratam at all. So I don't know. Palmetto is an older variety, but you guys know I love Palmetto. Look, looks good up in here, right? Where it's not diseased. Look at how good that looks. So, I mean, here's the area that doesn't have the disease. Look at that. It is so soft underfoot. Just great. This is the best barefoot St. Augustine grass is Palmetto. But
it all sounds like crabgrass to me.
now this area up here, I got whacked with grubs a couple years ago. I'll link to the video in the eye up there. And I had to resod here and right there. And ever since then, this area has always struggled. Look at this. Look at all the wild Bermuda that's moved in. Opportunistic. Look at that. That's what I've always said. I allowed grubs to get in here a couple 2-3 years ago, didn't resod in time, and bam, the Bermuda just, bam, it just came in. I'm telling you guys, you gotta keep a dense turf stand all the time. You can't open it up. Now, you're saying, Al, but you did open it up. Yeah, that's right, because I was digging for grubs. What's rule number 1? When it starts to go again, dig, look for grubs. I did not find any. However, I also was feeling a lot of pain every time I had to dig in there, and I didn't want to dig anymore. And so I went ahead and I treated for grubs anyway, because the insecticide that I used will kill grubs. It'll also kill sod webworm, which I do have some of those coming back, as well as nuisance pests that bother me when I'm trying to go barefoot, you know, such as fleas and ticks and stuff like that. So it was worth it to do that insect control, to give myself a little bit of insurance that if there are grubs in here once again, that they are killed. All right, y'all, so I know I'm a little bit light on content this week when it comes to tips, but I wanted to get here to the end to show you a couple of things that I got to experience this week on a trip up to Jacksonville, Florida.
For those of you who've been around for a while, you've seen me collab previously with my friend Brandon Davis from the YouTube channel Long Time Coming. I headed up there this week for us to shoot a collab, but there was quite a bit more to the story.
So Brandon got in touch with me because he had identified a local landscaper in his area that was having some struggles in his business. His truck broke down, some of his equipment was, you know, not in the best of order, and he was really trying, this guy was really trying to get his business off the ground, and it just seemed like he kept falling on hard times. So Brandon also got in touch with Toro, and Toro said, hey, if you guys wanna go up and take care of this guy, we'll send a whole pallet full of tools, which they did. And so then I went up on Friday, and we were actually able to surprise this man, Mr. Houston, with all of these brand new tools to help his business. He had actually been mowing lawns out of the back of a car because his truck had broken down. He had just gotten it fixed. It broke down again. It needed a starter.
Bada bing, bada boom.
But we're not done with all this.
We're not done.
There's more. So let's go back to your truck, because because your truck is what gets you, it's not working right now, right? Because you don't have a starter?
Yeah, I need a starter.
All right, so this is from me. I'm like, the Lawn Care Nut is my channel. So, you know, we have a business and all kinds of fun stuff with that, but we like to give back too. So not only is Toro one of our sponsors, but we also wanted to help you with your truck. And so I don't know how much a starter costs, but I have $1,000 cash that I'm going to give you today to put towards this truck.
Now you're really going to get it done tomorrow, aren't you? That's for you, man.
So now he's got new equipment, and hopefully his truck will get back up on the road and he can get back out and starting his business or getting his business moving again. But listen, this guy has a much greater story than this. I mean, he was incarcerated for 26 years. He's out now. He's a business owner. Just an inspiring story. And Brandon's got the whole thing on his channel. So I'm going to link below to Brandon's channel where you'll be able to hear Mr. Houston's entire story from front to back, because it's just an incredible, I mean, it's just awesome how it came together. And I want to thank Brandon for bringing me up to help out with this, as well as Toro. Thank you guys for stepping up and helping out when we ask you. It means the world to us. So thank you so much for that. Now, one other thing I got to have a little bit of fun this weekend is I actually sponsor a race car driver. His name is Parker Stewart. He is 7 years old, and he races these Briggs & Stratton powered open wheel go-karts, and he is a sensation. He was racing this weekend, so I got to go to the North Florida Kart Club and check that out. So that was really cool. And wow, just a great time all around. And if you guys want to see more of what I do in real time and live, I'll put my Instagram link below, because that's where I do like stories and stuff like that, and you can see what's going on, as well as Brandon and I did some funny talk ticks that I think some of you guys will like that'll also come out as leers. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button. Those likes really do help, and share this video. And also go over to Toro and tell them thank you for helping out in our community. With that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the lawn.